Okay then, good morning everybody. I'm here today at Shrewsbury School to meet up with Andy Richards, the grounds manager at Shrewsbury School. Good morning Andy, how are you?
Morning Lawrence, not too bad, thank you.
What time did you start this morning?
Started at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock?
With the rest of my staff.
Right, how many staff have you got at the school?
11 of us including myself at the moment, 4 gardeners, 4 groundsmen and 3 who work in between the 2 sections.
Right, okay. And so how long have you been here as head grounds manager?
7 years now, 7 years in June. For the longest I've been at any site now.
I was going to say, yeah, it probably is, isn't it? Yeah.
There's still areas I'd like to improve. We've improved a lot of areas, but I think a lot of groundsmen would say it's never quite how they want it. So hopefully we'll get there at some point.
So what's been the major highlights in the 7 years you've been here? What sort of projects have you got yourself involved with?
We've rebuilt First Lane Cricket Square. We've relayed 13 of the tracks on there, going down 8 inches. First Lane football, we continue to improve. Rugby, we've rebuilt a rugby pitch on what we class as bottom common. We put irrigation in bottom common. Just generally just improving the grass species on the site.
And what machinery have you invested in to make a difference in the last few years?
The school are really good. They back me with machinery. We get a good budget every year to improve on what we have got. We started off improving all the cylinder mowers. All our mowers are Dennis. From the wicket mowers to square mowers to everything. Our last purchases have been a Coro field top maker and a Vido seeder.
And has that made much of a difference?
Made a massive difference just to what we can do with pitches. We're a predominantly meadowgrass site, so now we've been able to introduce good quality grass mixes into the pitches. We do all renovations ourselves.
And that's important, that, isn't it? Because you're not reliant on a contractor coming in and having to wait for the window of opportunity. You control it yourself.
It's to be in control of everything we do. We can turn pitches round within 4 weeks, from being a cricket outfield to our first game of football.
So what's the sporting calendar at the Shrewsbury School then? Where's the year start for you?
Our year starts, if we start from September, we have 10 football pitches and training grids at that time. We go through to December with football, usually having around 1,500 to 2,000 matches or sessions over the pitches. We then go over a mix of rugby and football and lacrosse for the second term, which takes us up to Easter. And then we go into summer term of cricket, predominantly cricket, boys and girls cricket. So
in the cricket square then, how's that performing this year with a particularly dry spring we had?
Cricket's been really good. We got pre-season rolling done early. Before it got too wet, we then had a wet spell and then it went dry. But all our base work was already done and completed. So it didn't cause us that many problems. And since then, wickets have played really well. Since April the 12th, I think we've had 150 to 160 matches. By the end of the summer, we should be somewhere in the region of 260 to 270 matches.
And the reason it can take all that is the fact that you really look after them and get them prepared.
It's very time consuming. We do good renovations. The squares are now built to a good specification. Each wicket will take 500 to 600 overs without deteriorating too much.
And you've tried some new seed on there, aren't you, at the moment?
We've now gone to seed, which has made a massive difference on recovery rates for what we were using last year.
So you're pleased with the results?
Really pleased. I can't ask for any more.
Well, it's an important thing to try new things out, isn't it?
And we tried the odd wicket last year. They performed really well. So again, having a Coro meant we could cover off all the squares and reseed with MM, and results on all squares, which are all different construction.
So of all these years, in the 7 years you've been here, what's been the biggest highlight for you?
Other than seeing you?
Yeah.
I think there's loads of highlights. I think
Well, seeing it improve, isn't it?
It's, you know, I think first team football is, we see that improve every single year.
Well, it's renowned as being one of the best independent school football pitches in the country, isn't it?
You know, I don't think we're far off, you know, Football League standard. I've worked in Football League, and I think the pitch here was better than anything that I've worked on before. But it's also the junior pitches as well. You know, to bring junior pitches up to a standard where we're not calling games off.
Yeah.
And it's just keeping pupils playing, which is, you know, whether it's a D team footballer or a first team footballer,
they're all getting an opportunity to play on a decent surface.
Yeah, and it's something that I'm quite passionate about. That, you know, each pupil should have as good a facilities as we can prepare for them.
Well, thank you very much. That's very enlightening, and hope we'll continue with your good work, and hope to see you for another 7 years.
I hope so too.
Thank you very much.
So.